All right. I'll get the whole J6 family together, and man, it'll be cool. But yeah, I have faith that in not very long, this whole thing will be turned up on its head, and and if this is it's coming at the times, and they can't keep up the lights forever. They can sure try, but.
So
No.
I got Cheryl over here asking, when did you get in there?
I got in here earlier this month. This is my second week. They transferred me. Let's see. I've been sitting in Missouri for a while, and then we flew all over in a little airplane, and I got up here. Oh, and then I sat in the hole. We sat down there all through Thanksgiving and stuff, and it was about 2 weeks ago that I got up here to the J6 wing. So.
Oh, you got promoted.
Yeah, I got promoted. I tell you what, coming out of that hole is like, oh my gosh. Walking in here, so it was an amazing feeling. The guys came, they brought some food. They're like, here's a good toothbrush, here's some good soap, because the jail gives you the cheapest stuff they can get for soap and toothbrushes and all that.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Yeah, but they met me with open arms, and just it's been a real good vibe ever since. So
I tell you what.
But hey, man,
Go ahead.
It's good talking to you, though.
It is, and I got to tell you to keep up your spirits, because not only are we here to give you voice and a platform, but the unity that you guys are building and sharing is a very strong weapon. So keep it up.
Oh, amen.
And we're here for you.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much. I'll get the next guy on here, all right?
All righty then.
Jerry.
Thanks a lot.
All right, take care. All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, that was Jared Owen. Sorry, everybody. We lost, I guess my battery wasn't connected properly. I don't know when we lost the live stream, but we did. So, yeah, you're back. Thanks, Lisa. We're back. Nice job, Maurice. I just didn't have it plugged in, I guess. I don't know. I need to check that one more. You need one more step. No, it's fully charged. It was connected, but when you go into live stream mode, I can't see my battery indicator or anything like that. So I needed to check to make sure it was charging before I did. But it's just another trick. But Cheryl's been recording, so at least we got the audios of everything, so that's good. You guys will be keeping that.
I gotta go. I've got a
Hey, great seeing you. Merry Christmas. We don't see you, okay?
I'm gonna be here next Friday.
That would be great. If you can't, if that's going to keep blowing down, we'll just take it down.
I'm going to bring some clay and put in there next week.
That's a good idea.
I
just sent him a note on Corlinks a couple days ago, so.
Okay. Yeah, he said he's been catching up with you. So, where are you headed to? He has a board of supervisors. So we have a Christmas dinner with his new found house. Well, bye. If I don't see you, Merry Christmas.
Hello, this is a prepaid call from an inmate at the Washington, D.C. Central Detention Facility. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, your current balance is $48.37. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Hello, this is Tom.
Hey, Tom, how are you doing? My name's Jason Wallace.
Hey, Jason. Welcome. Welcome to the Northern Neck Regional Jail Village.
Hey, thank you very much. This is my first time calling you. And I just want to say, it's pretty for January Sixers and the dedication, behind all that, and the things that you guys do every day, to continue to support people that are going through this thing, and I just wanted to say thank you to you and your audience for that before we get started. So how's your night going so far?
It's going good. We're getting some good calls. I messed up my live stream a minute ago, but I think we're back on, so you should be good, and it's getting out to people. But tell us again, Jason, your last name, how do you spell it?
Wallace, it's Wallis. It's a little different. Most people spell it ACE. Mine is Wallis.
Got it. And so tell us a little bit about your story, whatever you like, man. It's up to you. This is your call, man.
Okay, I do appreciate it. So, I mean, I'm pretty early into this. You know, I was picked up at the end of October, and I mean, we're going on the 7th week here. It took me about a month to get to D.C. You know, just a little bit about me. I was born and raised in Missouri, out in the country. Always a super patriotic guy. I you know, grew up with a pretty good education, learning about, you know, all the great things America did all over the world, American exceptionalism. I said the Pledge of Allegiance growing up through school and saluted the flags. I served honorably in the U.S. military for 5 years back in the you know, mid to late 90s, and always loved this country. I got pretty involved in politics, you know, back in the early 2000s and during the Obama years, and just in the country. And that's what ultimately led me to, the Stop Steal rally. My fiance and I, we lived up in Minnesota for a few years, right when all the COVID nonsense started. And that was the only time I ever lived out of the state. I lived up there from like 2017 to, right at the end of 2019. And, all the magic virus and the COVID nonsense started, and we decided, just based on what was going up there with local politics and the curfews and the shutdowns of everything, that we were going to move back to Missouri. And that's basically what we did. And almost overnight, just within a few days, we kind of packed our things up, and I had a little plot of land down in Missouri, and we threw some infrastructure on it, some power and a well, and moved into a camper. Started, a little homestead down there, just growing gardens and trying to live a healthy lifestyle during all that madness. And we operated a family business that's kind of been turned on its heels since I got picked up. And in the middle of the last year, we were building our dream house down there and general contracting it ourselves. And, after getting picked up, I've had to have my younger wife pick up the pieces of that, trying to put a puzzle together. She's definitely not a house builder, but she's figuring it out. And give a shout out to her for that. She's doing an awesome job, and is actually probably going to have the house finished early this next year coming up. So I was picked up, like I said, at the end of October. I don't have a criminal background. I've never really been involved in this. They allegedly surveilled me out in my little rural piece of property for over 2 years. After I was picked up, I think it was October 28th, I did retain a lawyer. Attempted to get released on bond, and it was denied multiple times there at the federal court in St. Louis. After seeing me literally do nothing for a couple of years, apparently they consider us all really dangerous people. So I was unable to get out on bond, shuffled around from multiple law enforcement, multiple jails there in Missouri, until I was ultimately transported down to, what is it called, FTC, I believe, in Oklahoma City. That was my first experience with diesel therapy, they call it, and I didn't even know what that term was until I got here and had people tell me, but I got a good dose of it. And the surprisers with the United States government, after all my patriotism and honorably serving the country, I was remanded to federal marshals during that time, and although 95% of them have, they're good people, you get respect out of them. There's definitely ones that just want to build down. You're already being punished by, being imprisoned and taken into custody. But I was told, down there, I was no longer an American citizen, and I don't even have rights. I mean, what a kick to the balls, huh? It's crazy the way they treat these people. I know there's a long list of people that went ahead of me on this, and I respect everybody that's paved the way to this point. After spending a week down in Oklahoma, I got some more diesel therapy and ended up here in the Washington, D.C. jail, which I had been reading about for a long time, and I got exactly what I expected. It was, everybody that shows up here is put on what they call involuntary protective custody and Thanksgiving holiday, and absolutely horrid conditions. It's crazy to me in the heart of the nation's capital that they're throwing people in jail cells that are flooded with no plumbing working, just filled with mold and mildew and rodents coming in and out all night. I still that exists sick, and I was just like, man, how long can this continue? But when we finally got out of that facility next door and came over here to the J6 wing, I tell you, this place is a blessing. However it came to be here, through all the hard work of people out there and the support and the outcry for help for people that were involved in this initially from the beginning. I mean, I understand it's a lot better, but coming in here, like I said, is a blessing. There's just the generosity walking through these doors and being around other people that are going through the same thing is very, very uplifting. And so when I started learning about all these vigils and the shows that go on here, and for a while I was in a little bit of a fog. I was sick and just had to snap out of it, and I started calling in and just trying to be a part of that's basically my story. Right now I really can't talk much about my case. We've got some things happening next week with it. It's just so early on. I still have a lot of questions myself. So, it's just been real eye-opening the way they treat us. And, you think you're doing the right thing with, and 2020, you're watching what's going on with the government and all the corruption, and you attend a rally that goes sideways, and you find yourself in a pretty big mess.
Well, thanks for sharing all that, and very interesting what you said. They've been watching you for 2 years, and I know that they've been continuing to pick more up. I haven't looked at the number, but I know we're somewhere around 1,200 at this point. So. I'm so happy that you're
definitely. I mean, I was blown away when I walked through the door. It's like the other people in this wing, they huddle around you. Within just minutes, they're giving you everything you need. They're giving you food. It's awesome, honestly. I mean, it's not an ideal situation for anybody, but based on my experiences jumping around the country, I'm glad to be here right now, and glad to have the support inside and outside of here. It's that God walks before us all, and I feel like through this, He's going to continue to shine His light on our path, and I just keep praying that God, gives everybody involved in this legal process, the judges, the attorneys and lawyers, good discernment to hand down just sentences if that's what's warranted. I know that it hasn't happened in a lot of cases, so a lot of people are taking it on the chin, but I mean, you got to stand for what you believe in. So.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you, and I do think that things will change. I mean, I do think that the fact that the 1512C court charge is going in front of the Supreme Court I think that there's some positive things that are working, and you guys got to remember that and keep that back in your mind, and keep your hope alive, and know that you do have support, and folks are working to fight to overturn some of this travesty of justice, which is what it is.
Yep, there's a lot of injustice in this, and I am hopeful. I mean, that's the only option. You see a lot of new information coming out, and there's a lot of people scouring through it. There's Supreme Court cases. There's the release of all the videos. I do believe that that's going to shed light on a lot of things that have been in the dark for a while. So there's a ton of hope there. So. I don't know what I'm facing yet, but I hope that helps everybody that's going through this process, and even some of those, everybody that's been sentenced. I mean, you just never know which way the wind's going to blow tomorrow, but, it sounds like there's a lot of things that can make it blow in our favor. So, amen to that.
Yeah, for sure. Do you want to share any Give, Send, Go, any of that kind of stuff that you've got?
I would love to send the Give, Send, Go, and any support that can be given. I mean, we left the wife with a lot of expenses, and we spend a lot of money on lawyers to try to work through this. My Give, Send, Go is givesendgo.com/GBAGM. That's Golf Bravo Alpha Golf Michael. Give, Send, Go /Golf Bravo Alpha Golf Michael. Excuse me.
Got it. Thank you.
So, Tom, I really appreciate the time. Appreciate your audience, and like I said, everything that you guys are doing out there. And the support is definitely a godsend and a blessing. So, thank you guys for everything.
You betcha, and you're in our thoughts and prayers, and you keep your spirits up, and God bless you. So, thanks so much for calling, and feel free to call again. You have something you want to say, Maurice?
No, it's
Okay, good. Yeah, thanks a lot for calling. I just had one person that I thought was going to ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it was my mistake. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Well, listen, I look forward to calling in again, and I don't...
You have 1 minute remaining.
And we're at the end of this call. I'll see who's up next, and I don't know if you're expecting another call. I'll figure that out and get them patched into you. Okay, Tom?
Jason, thanks a lot. God bless you, man. Thanks.
Hey, God bless you guys, too. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you for using Global.
There was a news article I saw recently. I don't know if anybody else noticed it, but apparently the Congress has set up an account with Rumble, and they're dumping the videos on Rumble. And I just verified that earlier, and I thought it was worth mentioning, so that if anybody needed to see it, you can go to Rumble and subscribe to the congressional site, and there it is. It's all there. Well, not all of it, because apparently it's taking some time. They've uploaded 40 hours worth to Rumble at last check, and the congressional site proper has 700 hours of it up, and it keeps growing every day. We got a trooper following us.
Where?
Lisa.
Yeah? Yeah.
Lisa McNeely.
Thanks, Lisa. Yeah. Well, you know what? The good thing is, it's not just every hearer who's tuned in tonight, which of course we love that, but that it also gets shared and viewed again and again. So
it does.
That's what's beautiful about it.
We've got to get us 25 subscribers to NNP's Rumble site. You get on Rumble, you get 25 people to follow you, and you do the streams, and it seems to go better that way. You get 20. I think we could get 25 people to do it, but I don't know if everybody would need to know. I don't know if everybody knows that.
You're I mean, is that something you want to promote to our followers and get it out there to set it up? Because we talked about that.
Well, yeah, I started setting it up, but until we get to 25 people, maybe some NNP, we get people just joining.
What about all these people? They go onto it.
Okay.
We have a lot of people that follow the live stream.
All right, y'all. We're trying to set up an NNP Rumble presence, and we need 25 subscribers. You can find us on Rumble just by looking for NNP, and that should get us there. And find a room right now with no furnishings, but if we get to 25 subscribers, we'll go ahead and get things going.
NNP, not Northern NP.
It's NNP, yes.
So when we have 25, then what do we do?
Then we'll start uploading these videos there, and we can also do live streaming there as a secondary alternate to YouTube.
Okay. Instead of, in lieu of, or?
Instead of, in lieu of, or in addition to, however you want to work it.
All right. You planning to set up another camera?
Yeah, well, yeah, we could do that. That would be fine. So the details are kind of scant until we could get some people to actually do it. So, because we can't just do that. We need 25. That's all.
Okay.
So we got two new guys.
Two callers?
Well, Owens and
Can you text me tonight the lineup again, if you don't mind, so I can write it down in my log?
yeah.
It's a little chilly.
It is chilly. It was chillier in D.C. the other night, I got to tell you that much.
Oh, bet you.
It was chilly in
It was nice
D.C.
earlier. Now it's getting cold. I didn't bring my gloves.
It's surprisingly cold, given that it's supposed to be so warm tomorrow.
So the DC Vigil, we had, it was Wednesday night, I was there. One of the things, Scott McFarlane had called, or had spoken to Mickey and to Nicole at some point, and had expressed a willingness to interview them and then to come to the vigil and see what was going on with it. So on Wednesday morning, he interviewed Nicole Reffitt, wife of Guy Reffitt. Nicole is probably the most well-versed, self-taught legal scholar. You know, she's been in the courtroom every single day. She's in the halls of Congress at hearings, and she really is a wealth of information. Her husband was the first person arrested, I believe, first person tried anyway. And so, I mean, she's been in this from the start. She and Mickey were talking about how they first met and how they kind of just suddenly were thrown into this mix together and became friends, and now after these several years have been kind of the dynamic duo along with Tammy and others, but that are directly affected by J6. By it. So it was really kind of a cool discussion. This was after the vigil. We talked a lot about just kind of how they got here and where they're at. So very inspiring people. Anyway, Scott McFarlane did interview Nicole, came to the vigil. It was cold. I think they didn't want to stay very long because it was cold. I'm not sure. Or they had something else to do. But I guess we got the picture. Or an hour and a half, so they weren't going to be there for the singing of the anthem, and they weren't going to listen to the roll call. So they normally start the calls at 7:30. It was a little bit earlier than that. Tammy asked me if I'd like to speak. I did say I've got in my pocket here the meeting minutes from the Northern Neck Regional Jail from a month ago, and I started to read the public comment. So you guys, I don't think, saw that, but it started out with Arthur's comments, which were spot on for this, because bam, right into the constitutional implications of what's going on, due process, everything else. I think Ron might have spoken, so I might have spoken some of your words, some of mine. I think got to. Yeah, so that's right. You two read the letter. You guys tag teamed the letter, so I got to read some of that. So anyway, they were recording it. Whether any of that'll be used, I don't know, but
is a prepaid call from at the Washington, D.C. Central Detention Facility. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, this call is from the correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using Global Tel-Link.
Hello.
Hey, Tom Jeffries. This is James Grant. I'm calling. It's James Grant.
James, how are you, man?
Hey, Tom. I'm good. How are you? Hope you're doing well out there in Virginia. Let me just say, I guess in this pool you have to include the guards at Northern Neck, and the nurses, of which Nurse Bolin is one of them that I find you. But overall, as a total number, I think 95% of the people from Virginia that I've met. So really a lot of great people out there in a really trying time for me, but so much support from Virginia in what I think is going to be a red state, or it should be a red state in 2024, and maybe should have been in 2020 also, but yeah, just such good interactions with everyone. You guys have been so supportive for us. Just you guys from Northern Neck getting us out of there, making sure, and being willing to call out a jail close to you that was mistreating people and mistreating the Northern Neck Patriots. We still talk about you guys to this day, and I'm still calling a vigil, and I've been out of Northern Neck since I was there this time last year. I was there until February. It's actually kind of crazy to think about. I was there 11 months ago. But again, yeah, such support, and all you guys from Virginia, and yeah, it's to the point now. If I hear someone's from Virginia, I'm like, oh, that's cool. So.
Hey, glad we could pave the way for everybody else in Virginia. But you know what? There's a lot of great people here in the Northern Neck, and believe it or not, there's some good ones in this jail too. But there's some ones that are not so great.
Yeah, no, there definitely are, and I think an environment like Northern Neck kind of attracts that kind of thing. Can you hear me all right, by the way? I usually talk on the phone with it's like a pay phone with like in the unit, but today I'm talking on a tablet, so is the quality, is that coming through all right?
You coming through loud and clear. We got you very well.
That's good. No, but so my name is James Grant. James Grant. I was graduated from North Carolina State University with a degree in political science, and I was set to go to law school, and so I was set to go, and then I got a car accident. The guy rear-ended me on the highway. 100% his fault.
Thank you for using Global Tel-Link.
Goodbye.
That was interesting.
Somebody just cut him off.
I don't know if they get cut off. It seemed like that happened. It's
Seems like a misbehaving
8:54.
system.
I don't know.
I would probably call it for the anthem now.
I just don't know how. I think somebody cut him off.
The long johns on next to underneath this.
Something. It's kind of cutting through right now, baby. I was thinking, man, I should have brought some of my gloves.
I had gloves in my other bag.
All my gloves are in my tractor.
I've got a pair of gloves here.
And they had a sale, $4.99 for Trump hats. They're all from 2020. That's the $4.99 special. But I think quite valuable. This one has got the yellow hair and a red face, red, white, and blue flag face. It's kind of creepy looking, actually. And then this one here is more of your traditional red with lots of stars and Trump 2020. Pretty cool.
Anybody want a Trump hat?
Nice pun.
Take a pic. Take a pic. There's someone who said, look,
I always want a Trump hat.
yeah. Darlene would love his.
Hey, we never got to do the roll call tonight, and I'm not going to bother, but I will say this much. You heard Chris the letters are so important to them. And just go to the Patriot Mail Project. It tells you everything you need to know about how to mail a letter to the J6ers. Patriot Mail Project. And it's also a great place for people to, if you want to send money for Christmas, they've got a program there. My understanding is that all of the proceeds go to the J6ers. I know it's been highly endorsed by Mickey and Tammy and Nicole and the rest of the folks in the DC Vigil, so that's good enough for me. Patriot Mail Project. You can also learn a lot about them and their families and things like that, so it's a great resource, everybody. But let's get some, you know, I write Christmas cards, or I used to, but I think I'm going to sit a dozen to J6ers. So thanks everybody for tuning in. It's getting cold out here, but we're gonna stay with it, and we're gonna have hopefully a chance to a few minutes as we get ready for the national anthem. So again, thank you all patriotic people for tuning in and supporting and sending the word around. Please share this far and wide. Thank you so much.
Tom, this is for you. This is a little something you could open when you get home. It's fragile, so you don't want to.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Is that my Christmas holiday?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
So you'll see.
Thank you.
I have I brought stuff to the last Patriot meeting, but such a small turnout, I just didn't feel like, I just didn't feel like it. So it's going to have to wait till February because I won't be there in January. So my son's coming. So
Well, our January meeting is going to be the day after New Year's, right? It's the 2nd of January.
yeah, my son's coming for the 1st to the 3rd of January.
Is he coming to the meeting?
Can't even mention that. Kidding me? I can't even mention that he's a board supervisor.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Say their word Trump, and well, my car's full of Trump flags.
Did you get one, Ron?
Yes, I did. They're delicious. Did you make them?
No, Gina made those things. The recipe. They're no bake cookies. They're, you know, it's peanut butter and cocoa or whatever, and lots of sugar, and you mix it all up. You heat it up in the stove, and then you just dop it onto the thing, and that's one of my favorite holiday cookies. Is, you know, not a bunch of dough. I also want to point out our Back the Blue flag, especially since we get a lot of sheriffs and a lot of people coming in and out of here. I want them to understand that we're big supporters of law enforcement. This vigil has nothing to do with, you know, because we stand for J6ers and we stand for the rights of prisoners in this place, has nothing to do with any other message against law enforcement. In fact, if anything, it's the opposite. So thank you for all great law enforcement people that do the good work that you do. Should be 1 minute.
It is. It's 1 minute.
1 minute. I hope they call.
Oh, I got the crazy hat. Cool. This is mine?
Yeah.
All right. Nice. I got the yellow-haired hat. That's kind of cool. It's going to freak my friends out that don't like Trump, so this will be great.
Well, it's 9 o'clock. I hope they call.
Well, I hope they didn't shut the phones down at 9 o'clock. That was a weird shut-off with James Grant there. He started talking about a car wreck. I kind of remember him speaking about that. Yeah, do you remember the story?
Was that the one that had his gun off? And then he had to find him.
Well, we sing the national anthem by ourselves, and
We'll sing it twice.
it's time, man. All right, everybody, it's time for the national anthem. So, you got music?
For which it stands, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
USA.